Okay, and on this webinar, we've got Scott Rulin, and I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes and telling a little bit about your story. And I got a couple questions for you, Scott, but why don't you, real quick for everybody that's listening, just kind of give a little bit about your background, your business, and kind of just some basic information.
Okay, well, I'm a CPA in the state of Arizona. I started my business on my own in 1995. I started with 3 Jackson Hewitt tax franchises. I dumped them a few years later and went out on my own, and have been in the tax business for about 21 years now.
Good deal. Well, so we first met probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. It was back before tax season, and kind of what caused you to kind of come to that event? I guess it was a live event. What caused you to kind of come to that event, and kind of where were you as far as your business goes?
Well, I must confess that I received your materials at first 12 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I ordered them, and I conveniently put them on the shelf and did nothing with them for many years, but you just kept dripping on me. And then I was a little frustrated in late November, or early November as the case may be, and I decided I need to make a change because I've reached a plateau in my business.
Well, that's good. So what did that business look like, just as far as number of clients or revenue, or maybe give a little backdrop of kind of the makeup of your business a little bit?
Well, I'm a financial planner as well, but the tax part of my business was running about $165,000 a year. And so I would say we've increased at least 25%. So this year we're going to push over $200,000 by the time the year's out.
Well, let me ask you this. So you came to this live event. You went through a tax season. Sounds like you had an increase in sales. What were some other good things that kind of happened that you're excited about?
You know, one of the hardest things for me was always hiring good employees. And you actually gave me a series of ads that I could use. And so the first ad I put, I tested that one. I got some responses, not what I was looking for. But then you gave me this really long ad talking about, I'm really busy. I'm working on my own. I could really use some help, so I need some time home with my family. And the response to that ad was absolutely overwhelming.
It's amazing. And what was cool about that ad, and why it works for a lot of people, is it's totally different than what's normal in the tax industry. So let me go back to some of that. So you came to this live event, and I'm guessing what you heard was not normal. Did you think, wow, gosh, this is too crazy for me, or what happened?
Well, for a long time, I sat there thinking, man, his ads are outrageous. I mean, when you see this ad of you having running your hands through your hair like that, now I don't have much hair to run my hands through. I thought, this is crazy. Nobody's going to respond to that. And I was really surprised. You made me aware, and I started test marketing things. So I would send out 2 different ads that just had one difference in them, to see which one would respond the best, and then based on that, I could go forward with the one that worked the best.
What I really appreciate about people, real live tax professionals that come to these events, they're not exactly sure, they might be a little skeptical, but they actually go off and do something, and it's amazing once you actually do a few things and you get some good positive results. And obviously nothing works 100% every time, but you were willing to actually try a few things, and you got some good results. What do you think happened at the live event that caused you to want to, I guess, try or go back to your office and do something?
I love live events, but a lot of times what I really like as well is what I call the meeting after the meeting. So when we get together in a group, or I got to meet with the other tax owners, that's usually invaluable. I've always learned a lot over the lunch table. And so talking to other tax owners and talking to you myself, that really helped.
That's good. So a lot of people that are watching you right now, and usually there's a nice chunk of people that are sitting on the fence. So they're like, I can't leave my office for a couple of days. I can't take the time to, or the travel expenses to fly in, or be away from the family, or whatever the different reasons are. What would you tell or talk? What would you say to those people?
I would say you can't afford not to. If you feel stuck and you want to feel unstuck, it's time to start meeting with some other tax business owners and with Chauncey, who knows what he's been doing. And the unique thing about Chauncey is he's run a large tax business, so I guarantee you he knows stuff that you don't. It's time to go back and learn, time to go back to school.
Well, we have usually I have a live event after tax season and one that is right before the tax season. And this year, we have a block, what we're calling a blockbuster success event that's really, it's based a lot on this new best-selling book that I've got that's come out. I know that the people that come to this event are going to have, light bulb experiences and aha moments, similar to what you had. How would you say your change? Like you now fast forward 6 or 8 months later, how have you changed as a person, as a business owner, compared to what you did when you first walked in that door a while back?
You know what? I would say I have excitement and enthusiasm again. All of a sudden, I am aware of what's going on, and even though I'm buried in a pile of tax returns, I'm constantly thinking, what kind of marketing can I do to bring more people in?
So,
go ahead.
So you had good marketing. I mean, you got more new clients. You got more. Sounds like more money per return. But you also had other parts of your business that improved. That wasn't tax preparation.
I did. With more people coming in, because I'm a financial planner, one of the things that I can always look at is their 401ks or 403bs, and if they've left their job, to me that's a chance to take over some of that business. And so I can tell you that I found at least 5 or 6 new different plans that are probably all worth a couple $1,000s a year in addition to the tax revenue.
Something else I'll give you credit for is you really latched on to being, when I talk about niche markets and I talk about targeting and how you don't go off and advertise to everybody, you actually focus in on narrow focus niche markets, like with a rifle, not with a shotgun. And I really like the way you grabbed a hold of that. And so did you learn anything new about your existing clients, or did you learn anything new about new clients that you're going after, or anything that you might share?
Well, I know one of the things that I always look for the company that they work for when a new client comes in. And so on that company, if they have a retirement plan on it, then I see if that company's open to self-directing their stuff. And so that just gave me more people in the pipeline to talk to, because honestly, I had gone through most of my book, and so getting new people in was very helpful.
Good. Well, any last words? I really appreciate just sharing your success story with everybody. I know people will benefit from it. Any last words you want to say before we just kind of finish up?
You know what? I'm excited about the business again. Because when you reach a plateau, you don't know what you're doing wrong. And so sometimes you need an outside coach to move you a little bit and find out what you don't know.
Right. Well, Scott, very appreciative of your kind words. And everybody, I hope you got something specific that you can, and measurable, that you can kind of take and use. And I hope that you can join other tax professionals like Scott at this event coming up. So appreciate it, Scott. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.